Awesome. Thanks. And yeah, let's get this going. We are definitely using the name MWSF for Midwest Sweet Fest. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we start off right away with a skippable cutscene. Not all of them are skippable. Most of them will be mashing through, such as this one right here. We are Link, of course. Oops, all Links. And our buddy Gully, who happens to be our the boss's son, comes and wakes us up because we're kind of having a lazy Sunday. Don't worry, it didn't snow there. It wouldn't be Minnesota without the snow. Right, right. It is definitely springtime. All right. So, cool part about Glitchless here is that we get to hear like all the different types of music in this game. Of course, you hear this track regardless of which category that you're going to play, but yeah. This is a safe place right here. All the weather vanes that we're going to see around Hyrule and Lorule eventually are where you save the game. We're going to make a few saves, but for the most part, we're going to go dangerous because we got to go fast. So yeah, we're following Gully to work. And this is where that's at. Inside, we have Gully's parents, the blacksmith and the blacksmith's wife, talking to the captain. Now, a note about mashing in this game. Basically, how I do it is I go to a claw grip and mash both B and A at the same time. You can also, in addition to that, tap the screen, and that also advances text. All right, so the captain forgot his sword, which I'm not exactly sure why he was there to begin with if he forgot his sword. So our task is now to return the sword to the captain. So, of course, we're going to go to the castle to do that. And as you can see, there's been quite a bit of graffiti on the walls of the castle. This soldier's telling us, well, the captain's not here. He went over to the sanctuary, so you need to go over there. So we're going to go over to the sanctuary now. And if this world seems a little familiar to you, it's very similar to the A Link to the Past world. Hi. So here we have Ceres. And we have Dampe. You probably know them from other Zelda games. Don't worry, we don't have to dig in this game. And now, something is happening. We don't quite know what it is, but there's definitely evil music going on, so... And now we have a sword. All right. So Dampe pretty much says, hey, there's a back way into the sanctuary. And we're going to find that right away. This takes us to one of the dark areas of the game. There's going to be a few of these. And I recently found a trick about this. Is if you put the 3DS closer to your face, you can actually see things a lot better. I know that seems extremely intuitive, but for some reason I never thought, hey, let's put the 3DS right next to my nose before. So basically in this area, the things that you have to watch out for are the rats. And like that. They just come out of nowhere. And I believe the other one went down. Oh, we got a rupee. We actually need to watch out for how many rupees we get here. Cool. And this is basically going to end our trip into the sanctuary with that final switch there. And we're going to go over here and skip another skippable cutscene. Here we're going to wake up basically in our house. And we're going to find out that this person who... One person found us and brought us back to our house, not knowing that it was our house. This guy. So this is Ravio. And in this scene, Ravio's basically going to be like, hey, what's going on? And we're going to tell him we ran into this guy named Yuga who's turning people into paintings. And he's going to be like, well, you should go tell Princess Zelda that. So basically that's what's going on during this cutscene. If you want to have any announcements, go for it.
Let's see, got no donations at the moment, but just checking our remaining bid wars and stuff. We have a bunch of bid wars for Final Fantasy X Remaster open, so plenty of time to put out donations for various things like they got the Bahamut name and several other names. So those are wide open for if you want to decide those things. So bring your donations in.
I think my favorite incentive is watching the entire laughing scene in FF10 right now. I think everyone needs a little laughter, so like definitely give us all the laughter. One of the funniest and best scenes of all video games. So they're actually letting us into the castle this time. This guy didn't want to. He's not a friend of the stream. Impa, though, does believe us, so that's pretty cool. All right, so basically this room here, if you didn't know the background of the game, you could go to all these paintings and kind of figure out what's going on. We're basically waiting right now until Impa comes back from talking to Zelda. So positioning ourselves right over here. But yeah, this is music that you would not hear in another version of the game, because when you come into the scene in the Any% and Hundo%, it is the Hyrule Castle theme instead of this. And you also do not hear this music, which is a gorgeous recreation of this theme. There's Princess Zelda. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Sunday morning. It is definitely, like I alluded to earlier, it definitely snowed overnight here, which is perfect. If I was ever in Minnesota in April and it didn't snow, I'd be confused. Could have swam outside yesterday, but you know. All right. Now, Zelda gives us this little trinket. She doesn't really tell us what it is. We'll find out later what it is. But she tells us to go tell Sasarala everything. Yeah, everyone can say that name. Sasarala. Tells us to go see him. And so we're heading over to Kakariko. Gonna talk to him real quick. And oops. Oh, okay. Oops. Oh gosh. I should have learned the game a little better. Oh. Oops, all hits. Oh, B's the sword button. My bad. All right, so we're going to activate this save point here. And there is a point to why we're going to activate these save points, which we'll get to after the first dungeon. So yeah, here we have Sasarala. And he's basically going to fill in any gaps of exposition if you don't know them, if you didn't, investigate the paintings. He tells us that we need to go warn Osvala, who went to the Eastern Palace. So, yeah, Eastern Palace, definitely the first place we're going to go to. And, oops. Well, rip, game over. All right. Of course, we were setting up that death warp. It's the quickest way to get around Hyrule right now is to set up death warps, basically. We're going to do another one right now as well. I hope it's the only 2 times we die in this run. And where's this guy? Sure. All right, so we have to come over here and see these signs. You see that they say the bow and arrow, and they have the purple signs up there. Well, that purple thing looks very familiar. There we go. Aw. There we go. All right. In fact, they look just like Ravio's hood. Yes, that is a hood that Ravio is wearing. It is not his face. All right, so Ravio gives us the bow, which is great. Now, off to the side here, you see that we get a stamina bar, which is kind of nifty. It means that we have unlimited items to use throughout the game. But at the same time, it means that if the stamina bar runs low, then we can't use the item that we have anymore. That was not intentional. All right, here we go. Off to Eastern. Health is not an issue right now whatsoever because we're going to go into a room with 3 fairies in it just to grab the rupees in it, so yeah, it's fine. All right, and this is Osvala. This is the guy that Sasarella was like, hey, go get him before like he goes into the Eastern Palace. But he's, full with determination because he has the sand rod. How he uses the sand rod in here is beyond me. All right. And this is Eastern Palace. We're going to try to do this room quickly here. I think we got it. Sure did. All right, so there's a nice little cycle there that you basically want to take damage so you can go through the big boulder. And we got the quick one, which is pretty nice. All right, there's a nice little secret room over here. And there's the fairy. Now, there are lots of switches in this game. Because, Zelda. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. We're going to have a lot of switches coming up very soon in the room that, like, is the bane of my existence. All right. Now, like I said earlier, we have to be careful not to get too many rupees. Upon leaving this dungeon, we don't want any more than 300 rupees. All right. This is the switch room that is the bane of my existence. Okay, cool. That's the sketchy one. Okay, cool. And this is the first auto-scroller of the game. There will be quite a few more. We one-cycled this one, so that's cool. Not touching those. And over here is, now this is a mini boss over here. It's for the big key. We're gonna see these enemies. Basically, the direction they look is going to determine like how quickly we can beat them. All right. Cool. And we avoided the rupee, which is great. All right, hit this switch. Then all we have to do is hit that switch and we can get into the boss room. With the boss key. Or big key as it's called in this game. Now, if you've never seen a glitched version of this game, I highly recommend it. It's super cool. There's, you skip a lot of that. You don't go into either the left room or the right room. You can tornado rod up onto the wall and just walk straight into this room. So Yuga definitely got us follow. He's collecting them all. All right, this is basically a scripted battle, hopefully. Cool. And just like that, Eastern's over. Also, Ravio's bracelet saved us in a cutscene that we just skipped, and now we can go into walls. Yeah. So now the game is completely different. Like I said, we're getting lots of rupees in here. I know we said we're going to leave with 300, or less than 300, but we're going to actually leave with 290, which is exactly where we want to be. And that'll make more sense once we actually get to shopping. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Oop. That feeling when you're goofing around inside a wall. All right, there's our last silver rupee. We will spend all this money very quickly. So Sasarala meets us out here. And he's like, no, he has 2 sages now. What are we going to do? Unfortunately, we don't know exactly who the sages are at this point. So we don't quite know who to protect other than Princess Zelda. And this is the Yuka music. Yuka, Yuka, Yuka. All right, so he tells us right now, oh, Princess Zelda gave you the Pendant of Courage. That's awesome. She was like very forward thinking on that. And of course, we're not going to save. And yeah, it's onward. That guy saw us. Moving over here, we're now getting into this little cutscene here. And in low percent, you have to actually skip this. It's low percent is a nice meme. This is Irene. Irene's the witch. The junior witch, actually. She gave us a bell. She basically had someone told her future, and the future was to help Greenie. And she was like, oh, that must be Greenie. So she gives us a bell. And right now, I'll tell you, the bell basically means that every weather vane that we activated, she will take us to them. So basically, we got a return type of spell, which is pretty awesome. We're going to activate this one. And in here, you definitely want to go into the screen transition before coming out of the wall. Or that guy talks to you and asks you how you're doing that, basically. Ooh, good crabs today. All right, here's Shady Guy. You know he's shady because he has sketchy eyes. All right, and we're off to Kakariko Village. And this is where in my PB I lost 40 seconds of really dumb time. I went right and activated the wrong cutscene. And it was actually a 40-second time loss. So many times you come into this village and you go right, and I just forgot which one I was on. All right, here we find Shady Guy and surprise him from out of the wall. And he's like, oh man, I'm so bad. I don't even mean to be bad. It's these boots. The boots just make me do it. He tells us where he sold the smooth gem. We already bought it though, so it's fine. But we get the Pegasus boots to help him out of his life of crime. And now we're gonna go back to Irene's house over here. And we can dash everywhere now, so this is about to get a lot quicker paced. Really cool thing about this game is being able to dash in not just up, down, left, right, but also to be able to dash diagonally. All right, so the Zoras have a little issue here. The smooth gem was keeping their queen undersized and beautiful. And now they're all flipping out because Shady Guy stole the gem. But we got it back for him, so it's fine. Just like every RPG, you go from place to place, you know, fix the world and then move on. So yeah, here we see Auron's true form. And she's going to be so excited that we helped her out that she's going to give us the flippers. So yeah, just like that, we can dash and we can swim. And now we're going to go back home and talk to Ravio. Ravio's definitely a friend of the stream, unless if we die, then he's an enemy. Not really an enemy, but he takes all of our stuff from us, which is what he's explaining now. Items in this game, instead of actually finding them in dungeons, you actually rent them from Ravio. There are other items in dungeons that you can get, but they're more utility items like ore, mails, a stamina boost, stuff like that. It's kind of cool because it makes it kind of an open world type of game in that you can pretty much do the dungeons in whatever order you want. So right here, we're going to grab, maybe, Hitbox, the Ice Rod. Oh, but we don't have enough rupees. So we get it for free. That's why you don't want over 100 rupees right there. Now we're actually going to get the Tornado Rod. Ooh, we got the Ravio special. Ravio sometimes throws in jokes. That's his normal line there. All right, so we got bombs, the Tornado Rod, the Ice Rod, and the hammer. Now, each one of these dungeons kind of specializes in one of these weapons. The first one we're going to go to is Gale's, which is the Tornado Rod. And it's the one that's definitely more different than A Link to the Past. I'm going to head right over there. Now, this dungeon, I'm just going to go right out and say it, is the bane of my existence. For some reason. We'll see what happens today. It is definitely one that I've played probably 100 times. Oh, nice little 20 rupee there. The rupee route from now on is like absolutely free. So yeah. This first mini boss in here, these skulls actually move the same way every time. So like you can kind of just stand where you want, stun them, and go get them. Now in this next room, in the glitch categories, you can actually do a little out of bounds skip here to basically go one cycle early. I don't believe that is allowed in Glitchless, but I don't know if anyone has ever said it's not. But it's... Oh, we're not getting this. Right here, there. Use a tornado rod, go over that. Nice little bonk. So yeah, they basically expect you to use the tornado rod through this entire dungeon here. All right, we already got the big key. Perfect. So now we just have to find the boss's room. But first, we have to go through this auto-scroller room. We get to do this twice, so it doesn't matter how fast I do this next part. Over here, because 3D, we find the switch for the key. And cool thing about Tornado Rod is it puts flames out. So does the Ice Rod, actually. And in this next room, we have the Dodongo mini-boss fight. These guys, it depends what way they go here. Okay. They're going to be one at a time today. All right, I'll take it. Definitely not a bad fight. Sometimes the second one can kind of make this whole like pool of flaming goo that you can't walk through, and you just have to wait for it to come back out, and it's awful. All right, here we're gonna actually just hit this switch with our sword. And then we're gonna move out to the second floor here. Now, if you've ever watched any Percent or Hundo, that entire floor is skipped right there. And you use the key that you get in it on this floor right here, so you actually skip this floor as well. All right, this room has a lot more skulls. We're hoping to get rid of them quite early up here. All right, there should be one more down here. Cool. And this is the key that we needed to get into the boss room. It's going to be pretty common. Mice, snakes, anything like that, random movements. They don't come after Link. They just go whatever direction they want. You'd almost rather they come right straight for a Link because at least they'd be predictable, but that's not the case. All right, this boss is fun. We're mostly going to use bombs to get him. Totally intentional. All right, that's the first phase. Now we have to do basically that again, but more times. Now, every time I fall off, I'm actually getting more stamina, so it's fine. Cool. All right. That boss can be a big pain. I'm not even gonna lie. He bounces you around so badly. All right. And next up, we're gonna actually make our way over to Hera. And we're gonna have some cutscenes and stuff. So if you want to do any announcements or talk about the charity, it'd be a great time now.
Yes, we do have a donation.
Oh, sweet.
We have $20 from Anonymous, who says, in honor of Jasper and Milo, the next generation of gaming, thank you, Midwest Speed Fest, for the amazing content and bringing great causes to the foreground.
Thank you, Anonymous. All right, we're going up here, and we're going to grab the Power Glove from our good friend Rosso. He totally recognizes us as the apprentice for the blacksmith and wants us to join sides with him. He's joking, of course, but, you know, he came back and there were rocks everywhere. So now we have the Power Glove, which is great because we can lift up the rocks. Not all the rocks. We will eventually get something that allows us to pick up everything, but not quite yet, but we don't need it yet. All right, nice thing about this cave is in this version of the game, this category of the game, we have the boots through it, so we don't have to walk through it, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. As you can see, that would probably take quite some time. Now, rocks here shouldn't be an issue. The bigger issue is the chipmunks, or squirrels. Gonna go right by that save point there. All right. All right. Yeah, that damage boost is basically to get through there as quickly as possible. Here, this little dash. Cool. Only lost 2 hearts on the way up here. That's pretty ideal. I'm not sure if anyone else goes through this cave in that manner, using that specific dash sequence that I used there. But I think it's pretty quick. I always beat the rupee boulder there, so. And this one, it doesn't matter how fast you go. You actually need to lose a little time right here so you don't run into this boulder. And this is why we didn't care about the 2 hearts of damage, because there's 2 hearts right here. And we're gonna actually come back here later, so we definitely have to activate this weather vane. Oh, and the game's being responsible and tells us that we should probably take a break because we've been playing for quite some time. So it's definitely over a half hour. All right, that guy's not in my way. I was so excited that guy wasn't in my way that I missed that, but that's fine. We might have to wait a little longer. All right, so this is obviously the place where we use the hammer. This is not the same hammer as you get in Zelda 2, which is actually an axe. Yeah, there's quite a bit of wandering around time here. You just don't want to fall off. I don't think I've ever fallen off here, so I'm not too worried about that. And here we're going to get to the other auto-scroller part of this dungeon. We're just going to go around, and as long as we stand here, we're fine. So it's a nice time to set the 3DS down and take a little drink of water. And the next mini-boss, it's very similar to what we had earlier. It's the skeletons again, and basically we need them to see us. Otherwise, they'll just kind of go into their own corners, and we'll have to engage them all. So I'm going to take a little damage here, just trying to get them all together, maybe. Cool. Can't say I've ever fought him in that corner before, but I'll fight him in any corner if I can get them all together like that. Now, this next room here, it's another mini-boss. And if you've ever played a Zelda game, you know this boss, the tiles. We're going to have a few of these throughout this run. Oops. This is fine. All right, right there, that thing that just dropped, those are monster guts. And we're going to try to avoid those as long as possible. Basically, if you pick one of those up, Link holds it up, and you get a little fanfare. And there's 3 types: Monster Horn, Monster Guts, and Monster Tail. We'll probably end up getting all 3, possibly in the same room even. And this is Moldorn. We're going to use arrows on him. All right, sniped him. That's good. All right, one more hit. I'm so... I'm gonna grab the heart. Okay. You can skip this heart here, which skips a cutscene, but I'm just gonna take safety with 6 hearts going into low rule. It's this cutscene, the dependent appearing, that skipped. It saves like 3 or 4 seconds max, possibly 2. I think I'm good with keeping those seconds. All right, with that, we actually got all the pendants. So Sasarala tells us now we can go get the Master Sword. And anyone who's played A Link to the Past knows exactly where that is. It's in the Lost Woods. Uh-oh. Irene's gone. So Golly's gone, Irene's gone. This is not boding well for Hyrule. People are disappearing. What does this world come to? Let's see if we get the apple. Oh, the apples flew away from us. All right, and this is the Lost Woods. We got a little puzzle before we get to the sword. These are Poes. This guy is like, hey, just follow me. We're like, okay. So we want to make sure that we follow that guy either left, up, or right. He's almost always team left, but let's see where he goes this time. Ooh, he went team right. Okay. I'm so excited I don't have to go left. All right, now the trick is to not follow these 2 ghosts. So you want to like kind of follow where they're going, but the pattern's always the same except the very last part. So as long as you know where they end up, right here. All right, it's left, which is fine. This is a different left than the first left. And this is the final one. Now it doesn't want you to follow these guys at all. So we're clearly paying very close attention to this one. Oh no. I believe we'll just try down. Okay. Yeah, that last one's always down. And just like that, we get the Master Sword, which is twice as good as the sword the blacksmith gave us at the beginning of the game. And we'll do one upgrade to this as well during the run. We'll talk more about that when we get to the ores. All right, now Sasarala talks to us and tells us to get to the castle as soon as possible. Now we have the music. It's totally normal to get a ride on a broom with no one on it. And that was a nice intro. All right, first, though, we have to come back and say hi to Ravio. We're not actually renting it. Oh, I actually have enough money I could rent something. Nah. We're actually here to get quick equip, which is really nice. It now allows us to be able to swap our item out. We just hit the touch screen and can go to town. Save. All right, this is Hyrule Castle. It's a dash fest. Now, the interesting thing about Hyrule Castle is that, like, every now and then some of these areas can have mysterious bonks. I'm not sure why. We'll see if one of them happens. It's not for a while. All right, another thing that's going to happen in the next room is quick equip canceling. And what it does is it allows you to use your items earlier than you would be able to. We're going to use it right here. All right, so that guy's... All right, I'm happy with that room. They got me. Or they got me, I guess. That's all right. Pun. All right, here we go. Halfway point. So we've caught up to Yuga, who has caught up to Zelda. Yuga basically says, hey, we got all 7 of the, I got all 7 of the sages. And yeah, now has Zelda. Nice little minor theme here. Of course, organ, because it's the most evil instrument in the world. All right, so here's where the bonking can happen with the dashing. We'll see what happens. Yep, there's one. I'm glad it happened. And there could be another one here. Okay, we didn't get that one. I'm not quite sure why it happens, but sometimes it does. And we're basically a few rooms from Yuga here. Yuga has 2 forms, or 2 cycles here. And he's going to appear with doubles. The correct Yuga is the one with the scepter that is glowing. Yuga, Yuga, Yuga. So we're hoping that we do not allow them to summon enemies here, so gotta get a little speedy here. Okay, it could be one of these 2. All right, that's the first one. Now it's the same thing, except we have to do it 2 times, maybe. Nope. All right, cool. Got the quick cycle. So we only had to do that twice because I knew exactly which one Yuga was in the wall. So I was able to use 2 spin attacks, which is enough to take out a cycle. Oh, we have full health. Holy cow. That never happens. There's like 3 hearts over there, and there's 1 in the wall in here. And that's it for Hyrule. That's all the dungeons. Now, the rest of the game will be spent in Lorule, kind of a little bit in Hyrule to walk around and stuff. And we're skipping a cutscene here, which introduces us to Hilda, who is the equivalent in Lorule of Princess Zelda, basically. Right now, Hilda is holding off Yuga Ganon in Lorule Castle, but needs us to get all the saints together, or not the saints, the sages together, in order to enter Lorule Castle with the Triforce. So that's basically what's going on now. Is we're going around. The sages are all in pictures. And right here, Hilda is now the one talking to us instead of Sasaralo now. Beat the music. It's always a good thing. I'm definitely making a save here. All right, and here, in order to get into this dungeon, we actually need to give them the code words, which you get if you talk to the people around town. But we already know what they are, so. And if you didn't notice, it is the second one, the third one, and the first one. So shout outs to 23 is number 1. Spearboy is a very good singer. The camera here zooms in on Thief Girl down there, who's going to become our best friend. And yeah, basically everything in low roll does a lot more damage to you. Right now we have 6 hearts. And this first mini-boss we're going to fight takes 2 hearts of damage off if you get hit. If you get hit 3 times, then you're dead. And if you're dead, then you lose all your items, and the run's over, hence why I made a save there, just in case. But everything's going to go perfectly well, because that's totally what's going to happen. All right. You actually do that puzzle in the any percent and hundo percent categories as well, but you skip a lot of this. Okay. I didn't need that hard. I probably will end up with full hearts going into this battle because there's this room coming up. This storeroom over here where you kind of get drops. Non-stop drops. Yep. Got a monster horn. There's the tail. We haven't gotten it yet. All right, so we can get hit twice. If we get hit more than twice, then we're dead. We're not gonna get hit 3 times. Okay, this is gonna be awkward. Oh, never mind, I 2-cycled it. That was perfect. Sweet. Scariest room of the game is done. I am now very comfortable. All right. All right, this is Thief Girl, and we're gonna lead Thief Girl around for the rest of the dungeon. Totally not blind at all. From A Link to the Past. So basically, to get Thief Girl to stop, you dash, or go into a wall, or fall off a cliff or something. Now, if these guys catch Thief Girl, then you have to do all this over again. So we're hoping... Yep, we're good. Not today. In this room, we have the Hero Bat. I did this dungeon earlier, and this bat followed me forever. Oh, he's doing it again. Take care of him now. All right. Also, Thief Girl's walking hitbox is a little sketchy, so. We just kind of hope that we can't cut corners too much. Otherwise, Thief Girl can get stuck on the other side of the corner and she yells at us because we left her. All right. This is another game where you actually get to hear Link talk, which is kind of cool. All right. We skipped a loading of... Get on the switch, Thief Girl. Thank you. We skipped loading more of those guards there. We're going to load them when we put the platform back up. But we won't have to fight them, so that's kind of nice. There they are. Sometimes these rats get in the way. Yep, we're good today. Man, our rupee count is like golden. I forgot I got that second, or the extra red rupee. This is good. Like I said, if those guards get her, then you're doing a lot of this over again. So you just want to avoid the guards. Also, if you get knocked off, same thing. So these rats are kind of sketchy. She almost got caught on the side there, but it's good. I grabbed that heart because now we don't have to grab the hearts right there. We have to get the big key first, which is actually right here in this big chest. And now we can go into the boss's room. Now this boss, we're using the hammer on. Hammer is not like actually the weakness, but you can do double shots of it, so that's pretty cool. All right, we're tanking through the damage here. And this is the final phase. Nice. Clean. Yo. Is it me moving? Okay.
You got time for a donation?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, we have $10 from Anatolu, who says, "Good luck, have fun, Pokemon Mario on the Link Between Worlds run of the century."
Yo, Anatolu, thanks for that. Good morning to you. You're up really early. All right, so we got our first painting, 6 to go. And since it was a Svala, now we can take the sand rod back to Ravio and rent that. First things first, though, we have to set up our final weather vane that we can return to. Hopefully this guy is cool. Friend of the stream. Great. If that guy is in the wrong place, he can just kind of ruin your day and take most of your health right now, which is not great to lose a bunch of health going into Dark Palace. All right, do our final shopping. Ravi is really excited that we get the Sand Rod. All right, so we get the hook shot, the Sand Rod, and the Fire Rod. We are not getting the Boomerang. Apologies to Team Boomerang. We just don't have the money, which is kind of a lie. We have tons of money. But yeah, we're going over to the Dark Maze now, which is a very interesting part of this run. We can't skip it because we can't go out of bounds. So we're actually going to be running our way through it. And it's a pretty wild way to get through it. You'll see very soon. First, we got to talk to Hilda. Every time that we enter a new area, Hilda talks to us. So got that, and Hilda's going to talk to us here too. All right, so with some good movement here, we shouldn't get caught. This is definitely the stealth part of the game. So ideally, we don't want to wait too much, but we also don't want to like go too quickly, or we'll like get caught and be put in prison, and then it's actually just a JRPG. Okay. I'm totally off on my cycle right now, so I'm going to be taking this very carefully. All right, cool. Now I know where I am at. All right, this next level dungeon is Dark Palace. It's really dark. So apologies to everyone who can't really see what's going on. Oops. Forgot to stick a bomb out there. Alright, grabbing that key. Nice. The guy nailed us. Now we're a little low on health, which should be fine. So there are places that you can like light up, but getting the candle out over and over again is not really worth. Okay, well, interesting. Never done this before. We'll just do that room the right way. How about that? There we go. All right, so there we go. Now we're going back down to the ground level here. And basically what we're doing through this palace is we're creating the way to the end. So we're see, we've been lighting all these things up, and there's one more. We're gonna go right over here and do that. And now we're gonna go get the big key, which is in this room next door here. And that's our boss key, or boss room right there. Now these switches in here are totally finicky. We'll hear if we get them or not. Little stamina refill. Wow, 3 for 3. Love to see that. All right, got this. Going over to our little boss. We're gonna set a little trap for the boss here. That's where he's gonna appear. Well, good thing we didn't need that red rupee. All right, we're waiting for him to come back over to us. All right. Not cooperating today. Cool. All right, we did one cycle, so that's good. And I will go ahead and grab this heart. I don't like starting the next dungeon not in full health. But basically, from here on out, we're only grabbing the hearts if we need health refills. We will get blue mail in this run, so it's not like it's not gonna. It's a total safe run. Once we get the blue mail, but it'll be a while. The only thing we need rupees for at this point is the big bomb. So 10 more rupees and we're set for rupees for the rest of the game. Like I said earlier, the rupee route is not difficult whatsoever. It's more just keeping yourself low enough rupees through the first dungeon. And now that we've gotten 2 things of ore also, we're going to be able to upgrade our sword, which is really nice. Also, now that we have the hook shot, we can use that to go faster, which is pretty cool. And in here is our old job. We were replaced, obviously. And they're gonna craft us the 3rd sword of the game. This will be the only upgrade that we get. We're not gonna get the golden sword. All right, moving on. Now we're going to Skull Woods. And Skull Woods is very similar to other dungeons where there's a lot of random enemy movements. This has skeletons and mummies and stuff, and they don't always move exactly at you. You'll see that a lot more when we get to the swamp, too. Right up here. And here we go. This is always an adventure. I never know what to expect from Skullwoods. There's a couple rooms in here that can be absolute disasters, or they can be complete non-issues. You never know which one you're going to get. All right. That guy coming at you is ideal. All right. Good damage boost. Totally intentional. I'm using the candle here, or the lamp, to set things on fire. You can do that to avoid the electricity there. Or you can just get hit by the electricity, and that's fine too. Same thing in this next room. Okay. And we have about 3 more rooms to get through before I'll be super comfortable with Skullwoods. This next room is pretty cool, actually. There's a lot going on. Not exactly how you're supposed to do that. Cool. He helped me. So if you're learning this speedrun based on that room, don't do it that way at all. Just gonna say that is not how that is supposed to go. But I'm happy because I have 6 hearts still. Yeah. This is the, I believe it's called the party room. Nope. All right, that took too long. Only losing 1 heart there is great. Basically damage boosting through there. You're hoping to get the 1 cycle, but if you're elevated, which you would be if you're going up there to get through the room, and the hand is out, then the hand will just automatically catch you. It's coming. All right, that room went extremely well. Okay. I didn't trust that. And this room. Basically get to the end of this hallway. We're gonna fight 2 mummies. It's fine. It's fine. There's 4 hearts in the next room. Boy, are we grabbing them. All right, so in the any percent in Hundo, you can actually dupe this eyeball so that you don't have to get the second one, but we're not allowed to do that. That is a technique that is banned. It's actually a pretty easy glitch to do. And here we go. Now, if we wanted to get more ore, there's actually more ore right here in this dungeon. And we're gonna go right by the chest too. All right, and this is how we get up there for the other eyeball. That right there is actually the ore. So you'll notice the way to get rid of the hand in this game is to either merge or fall off. Anything like that. And now we're going to our auto-scroller boss. This boss has a pattern where he's going to charge the wall, and then we hit it, and basically there's 4 cycles of this. It will try to slap us after that. We're going to try to grab hearts while we're doing this because I don't want to get the heart container after this level. All right, so now we have full health. It's kind of nice walking over to Turtle Rock, having full health, because there's a place where we can use beams to our advantage. Oh, I forgot to comment on the crazy strings during Thieves. All right, that's it for that boss. Super easy. You just can't get... The hardest thing about that boss is keeping your focus. I've ended up with 5 cycles because focus went away. So yeah. Next up is Turtle Rock. And this dungeon's pretty fun. There's like a little skip that we do in it. Again, we just can't go out of bounds. So like if you can access switches early and like create bridges and stuff, then it's fine. Now, I believe I'm the only person that does this order of dungeons. Basically, I'm doing Turtle Rock earlier to avoid an Irene text box later. It's literally saves a second. Of course, it's a second that I give back when I get blue mail, so it is what it is. All right, before we can get to Turtle Rock, though, we have to save the turtles. Which is always a fun quest. It's definitely one of the more creative modes of transportation in the series. Yeah, reminds me a little of Majora's Mask. All right, so that's the second turtle. And over here, this guy's just chilling out on the wall. All right. Now, basically, we need to get over here and get on this turtle as quickly as possible so we don't miss our opportunity to get up here. Awesome. We're good. And we're in. Now, if anyone knows the any percent or hundo runs of this, you know that there's a pretty significant skip in here. You're not allowed to do that. Which is actually the entire reason why I chose this category, is because I was really bad at that skip back in the day. They've actually changed how it works now. They found a better version of doing it, so yeah. There we go. Wizards defeated. Now we're gonna come in this room. Basically, all the wizards in here control a platform appearing, but we don't need to build them all. We just need to build enough to get to where we need to go. Okay. Now we have this key, so we can get the big key. And now we're gonna hit the switch again, so it puts us on the middle level. Okay, I don't know why that works. I'm very confused by that, but sure. It was what I wanted to happen. All right. Now we're kind of building a little ice bridge here. And there's a switch over here that we need to hit. Cool. I'm relieved. That's a little sketchy to do that, because you can't see the switch that you're trying to hit. It's that one right there in the screen. And now we just go over here, now that we've created this platform. And this leads us to the boss here. We'll try to control the movements of that boss for the first phase. That's not ideal. There's plenty of hearts in this boss fight, so if we get down a little bit, we'll be fine. So we're gonna try, basically in this first phase, we have to hit it twice, then it does a geyser attack. And you do that twice. All right, that's the first phase. Now he can do three things. He can do a headbutt, which is what we want to see. He can go into a shell and explode, which is not good. And he can do a spin attack, which is really bad. That's the headbutt. That's what we want to see. More headbutt. Great. This is the exploding attack. That's the spin attack. Awesome, we're getting all of them. There you go. Overall, not bad. It's complete RNG. I feel for the any percent runners who are like really trying to get fine times like at this point, because it really comes down to this boss behaving. You know what? We'll skip this heart. All right, next palace is Desert, which we have some time if you want to talk about the charity or anything.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we don't have any donations, but you are currently watching MWSF Fest 2023, a charity speedrun marathon live from VGM Con 2023. Oops, all Zelda in Plymouth, Minnesota. We've been live all weekend, showcasing amazing speedruns and raising funds for Protez Foundation, a project whose project is Prosthetics for Ukrainians. To donate, go to donate.midwestspeedfest.com or type donate, !donate in chat and follow the link.
Awesome. So yeah, like I said, first thing we have to do is get over to Desert. We got our nice little sand rod out. And the sand rod always does exactly what I want it to do. Always. No, actually, with the sand rod, with using Quick Equip, if you use it quickly, sometimes only one tile of sand comes up. Oh, I don't have beams. Yeah. But you want to use Quick Equip because, or Quick Equip canceling, because otherwise you lose a lot of time, so. We'll see what happens with the sand rod today. I think it's going to be a friend. In the any percent run, you don't even go into this dungeon. You literally go around it and just grab the picture. Yeah. That was RNG manipulation, of course. All right, and this is our last trip here. And we have gotten into Desert. So this music is awesome. Like I said, if you don't watch many Glitchless runs, then you probably haven't heard this music too often. It's one of the better tracks in the game. All right, we're hoping to see some heart drops in the next room here. Still got a mouse. Okay. So yeah, like I said, when you quickly cancel quickly, only one of those shows up. If you do it slowly like that, then all of them can. And this is Pokey, our favorite mini boss of all time. This is not ideal. Okay. Cool. Getting out of there and not losing a ton of hearts, great. Perfect. I'm fine with that. All right, so a lot of this dungeon is going to be centered around sand puzzle themes. Because, you know, it's Zelda. Oops, all puzzles. We got our key, and now we're going to advance into the next room where we're releasing the sand again. Don't do it. Okay. He didn't. And now we're going to use the sand rod to get over to that chest over there. Really don't trust that guy. That guy's flipping out up there. And inside this chest is the Titan mitts. And we need that so we can remove the big boulders and advance through this dungeon. So these boulders are right here. Now we can lift the really big ones. And I'm going to go ahead and grab these hearts over here. And right inside here, we're going to have another mini boss. And then we'll actually have even more, like the second half of the Desert Palace at that point. So I heard you guys like tile rooms. And I heard you like sand. But have you ever seen a sand tile room with beasts hiding underneath the tiles? Because that's what this is. All right, and there we go. There's the guts. I think we still have avoided the guts. Or no, it's the blue one we've avoided still. The tail. Nope. Oh, wow. He's way over there. Generally speaking, I have to damage boost through that room, so that's nice. Like I said, some monsters don't really make sense in how they spawn. Well, they do make sense in the fact that there's no logic to it. I think it was kind of said last night with Zelda 2 is that you would rather see the monsters appear that you know which way they're going to go, so you can predict around it or manipulate them. There's a lot of monsters in this game that just go in random directions. All right, we come in here to reset the cycle of the boulders. Sweet, and we got the quick cycle here. So now that we have the big key, we can advance to the boss, but it's not for a while. There's another mini boss and an extensive puzzle, which is actually pretty fun to execute. Oh. Just take care of all of them. Our little mini boss is in here that we have to fight. Now, this has two phases to it. These guys don't really appear in a nice pattern for you. Okay. Basically, the fourth one there, you have to like start hitting him with beams so that he doesn't disappear into the sand. That way you can kind of do it in one cycle. Doesn't always work out. Okay, we're chilling. And in this room, you're really really should fight these, but just walking around is fine. It's a lot faster. Ooh, and we still have beams, which is really nice. Because we can use beams here to hit this bomb. And this is our final big puzzle room. It's nice that they give you like little bomb creatures in here. As you can tell, bombs take quite a bit of stamina from your little gauge over there. So I have no idea if I was running low or not there, but the bomb guy was like really close to me. All right. This boss is kind of a mash fest. He has a few phases. The phase where he doesn't do anything, he just kind of looks at you. Then a phase where he shoots other enemies off to like attack you. And then he has his phase where he brings out his mega weapon. When we get to that phase, we can get on the platform with him the first time and do a lot of damage that time. All right, we are now on that phase, the final phase. Smooth. Cool. That's it. I'm very happy with that one. So yeah, next dungeon's gonna be Swamp. I've alluded to it before, but the Swamp Palace is an RNG fest. The enemies just kind of go whatever direction they want to go. And you're going to see me kind of possibly taking out a few of them, like randomly, just so they won't bug me. And in this dungeon, we're going to go ahead and grab the blue mail, which should make us pretty safe for the rest of the game.
We got time for a donation?
Oh, absolutely.
We have $20 from Anonymous who says, Yuga, 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 Yuga.
Thank you so much for the donation. Yuga, 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 Yuga. Absolutely. Oh, this is Bomb Shop Guy. Bomb Shop Man's the best. Definitely one of the selling points for Glitchless is you get to talk to Bomb Shop Man. All right, so we have to babysit this bomb on the way to the swamp. I'm going to take a chance with it and hope that the enemies don't get me. If they hit the bomb, then the bomb explodes. It's okay, we can come back and get another one. It's just a little time loss. But this is the normal route for it. Kind of. All right. Two more enemies can get in my way here. We're good. Oh. I said we were good, and then that guy appeared in a different place than I've ever seen him, so interesting. All right, we are in. So first thing we're going to do here is we're actually going to grab the big key, which is right here at the start. So now we can go to the boss. Okay, every one of these enemies here, completely random movements. So they can start to knight at the Roxbury you and just juggle you for days. We're hoping that doesn't happen. In this next room, I'm gonna try to get this switch hit. We're not quite out of bounds. There you go. You just have to get a little up on the stairs, and then you can shoot over that platform, which is totally not intended at all. And that skips that whole room then. This is our first mini-boss here. We will see him again later. Sure. Cool. If only the next one of that mini-boss was that easy. Spoiler alert, it's not. All right, now we're moving into this middle room here. Yep. That guy can go away. That guy can go away. All right. Like I said, I was taking care of some of those. We're going to be back in this room later. And when you're lifting the water up and down here, if one of them hits you, then you have to do it a second time. So it's just easier to get rid of them. Yeah, for the most part, this is the hook shot dungeon, if you couldn't tell. All right. Oh, look at this guy. He's a champ. Oh, let us by. So I think a really cool thing is being able to use the hook shot here and slam yourself into the wall. And I think it's awesome that they actually have, like, they use Link's damage sound when he, like, hits the wall. But yeah. All right, all these enemies completely random movement except for the bomb. I've never seen them bunched up over there before. That's great. Here we're gonna lift the water up, and look, those enemies are gone because we took care of them the first time we came through here. And this mini boss here, we got these guys who are like completely random, but we're just not gonna fight them. Just dash right off there and moving on. This guy. Yeah, we'll take care of him. it's really hard to trust that these guys aren't going to just move right in front of you when you're in the water. All right, the boss coming up is very similar to the Link to the Past boss. We'll be using the hook shot to get the eyeballs away from it. And then it kind of goes haywire once it's all alone, and we have to use just our sword and an ice beam to kind of calm it down a little bit. Hopefully we don't take damage, and we can just skip this heart container too. Yeah, I have a good amount of heart containers, especially with blue mail. All right, here we go. Sweet. All right, so that leaves one dungeon left, and it's the ice ruins. There's kind of a trek to get there, and yeah, we'll talk about that. But yeah, we're in good shape. So Oren is now released. So remember a long time ago when we created the save, when we opened up the weather vane up by Hera? That's actually where we're finally going back to. We go back there one time, and it's just for this one palace. This is really the only palace that's outside of like the main world, aka not the mountains. We have to go through the mines first to get there, which is, if anyone's ever adventured through there before, it's a lot of falling at the right time. So coming up here is another area where we might bonk something randomly. Yep, there is the bonk. Sometimes you bonk there, sometimes you don't. No idea why. All right, so both climbing down here and climbing back up, the enemy here is bats. You just don't want the bats to knock you off, because if you get knocked off of one of these, you have to start the whole thing over again. Now that we're at the bottom, getting knocked off would be pretty tragic. There you go. All right, so that's getting all the way down here. And this is how we get into low rule. And then we're going to climb right back up. After we talk to Hilda, of course. See ya. We made that guy mad. All right. Now, this very first platform here, the next platform, you can hear the bats. They're here, but they're on a different elevation than us. So we can't really hit them right now, but they're coming down to us. It makes them very dangerous. Because when you can't hit them and they can hit you and knock you off one of these platforms, it can just pretty much ruin a PB. Okay. I almost hit that. All right, there's more bats right here. You can hear them coming. Okay, that's fine. I missed the platform, but we didn't dive bomb off it, so it's fine. Not too concerned about the heart loss there. The first thing we do in ice runes is we're going to take damage anyway, so beams mean nothing. This guy is not in a great place. Okay. All right, ice runes, obviously Fire Rod's going to be our friend here. In fact, you need the Fire Rod even just to get in. Now, if you've ever seen the Any Percent or Hundo, you know how much of this dungeon can be skipped. Pretty much all of it, even the boss. So it might have been a while since you've actually seen the dungeon like finished the correct way. So first things first, we have to get the big key. That right there is actually the boss's room. We just have to get to it now. All right, these are penguins. The penguins are, they take off quite a bit of damage. That was actually a pretty good penguin room. Generally, I don't try to kill them with my sword, but I saw the opportunity to get rid of them without them, like, slapping me all over the place, which is normally what happens. And I'm extremely happy to have more health than normal at this point. So, yeah. So this whole dungeon is basically using that thing that we just moved there and moving it into different spots throughout the dungeon. So we're going to be in a lot of these rooms multiple times, but because of the way the floor is arranged and stuff like that, each room will it'll just keep changing. Okay. I've never had beams here. All right, so we fell off there on purpose so that we can get back here and ride this up. If you hit one of those bats or the ice, it actually does change. Okay, cool. And that's basically this side of ice. Now we're going to do the right side. There's a little mini boss coming up. Again, I'm not used to having this much health during ice. The whole point that I get blue mail is because of this dungeon. I tank a lot of damage in here most of the time. So this is actually extremely relaxing. All right, this is the mini boss room we're creating. First thing, we're gonna get rid of this guy. And then cue the penguins. It's really nice having the beams here. Rip beams. So yeah, that room right there is a little bit of a disaster in the making, just because those guys have so much recoil that if you get on these ice and try to like hit them with your sword, you'll just fly immediately off. So we do anything, like bomb the whole thing so they'll fall over. I tend to get down to one left and then use Tornado Rod. This is all to come over here and get this key. And we're going to switch again, and it moves that platform once again. First, we're going to get this wind going. Now, during this next cutscene, when Link is riding this wind, check out the look on his face. It's priceless. Ah! All right. There goes that platform down below. And now we just have to make our way to the boss. Now this boss has, the attack is basically releases a triangle of pain. If you're in that triangle, it does a lot of damage. We're fine, we can tank it because we have blue mail, but like, hopefully we don't have to. I will go ahead and get beams here before starting this boss. Maybe. Yeah. All right, so this has 3 phases to it. Okay. So yeah, as long as you're not in this triangle, it's fine. Hit him 3 times with the fire rod. Now sword him. Right. Now instead of having 3, he's gonna have 6 of those. So he's gonna do a double triangle attack. He can also do attack where he puts them all 6 in front of him and unleashes them on you. He might do that here. Nope. All right, we're tanking. All right, final phase. So as you can see, like, we lost half our health, and that's with blue mail. So there you go. All right, that's the final dungeon. Now we're gonna go to Lower Castle and do some trials and fight Yuga Ganon. Yeah, if you have any announcements or anything to make, now would be a great time.
We have no new donations, but let's give a shout out to our Japanese restream. They are friends. You can find their channel at twitch.tv at /Japanese_restream. We have worked with them several times now, and we're very grateful for all the work they bring to our marathons like ours to a larger audience.
Oh, we're actually in the middle of a cutscene. Yeah, this is the one time that you don't have to mash through anything through the whole game. It's relieving that it happens like 15 minutes from the end-ish. Lets you focus before you get into Trials. Now, Trials is really cool in the fact that the music builds as you're going along. So I'm going to be doing it in the order where we'll get to enjoy the completed music as much as possible. Which is not really the order I normally would go, but it's going to be the order that we do today. All right, so we got the Triforce. So now that we have the Triforce, we can get into the Lorule Castle. All right, last trip with Irene. And just like that, we're here. All right, this music is such a jam. And I just love how, like, every time you finish a trial, it adds another instrument to it. It's very cool. Also, if you've played the Any Percent before, it's probably pretty haunting. Because one of the hardest skips is in this dungeon. Back in the day when I was learning Any Percent, I was trying anything using the beat of this music to try to get the timing correct or whatnot, but never got good at that. All right, so we got our key. Now we can start the trials. All right, always this one first. So all these trials, we basically need a key in order to move on to a mini-boss. And this is our final tile room. And to take care of the final tiles, we'll just use the platforms they gave us here. There you go. That there is a purplemario920 swag strat that saves no time at all. This bat being there is very entertaining to me. Okay. Probably should have focused on the, big thing of ice coming at my face rather than the bat. But here we go. Here's the first mini-boss. You might remember him from the Swamp Palace. I said he gets a lot harder. Yeah, it's because they added lava and moving platforms. Okay, it's fine. We're done with it. All right, next one we're gonna go to is the really quick one. I'm doing this so we get longer times with the better music. So enter the horns now. All right, two more. Next one we'll go to is the one with the bombs up here. And we'll save the really long one for last. This guy. Definitely not a friend of the stream. All right, again, we're babysitting this bomb. Okay, I've dealt with this before. Just take damage. Okay, never mind. It's fine. This is fine. So before, when that happened, when I got a monster gut cutscene there in that exact place, it positions you so that you're looking at the camera, and because of that, I sorted my own big bomb. Not this time. We knew. Okay. Great. Boulder him down. All right, one more of these. And this is very similar to kind of Thieves combined with, or not Thieves, Skullwoods combined with Swamp. Now we got the high brass. Yeah, if you have a jam emote, now would be the time to put that in chat. Show it off. All right, so you see 3 switches here. Well, we need the hand to be one of them. There we go. And this is all for eyeballs. And it's incredibly important that we not get caught right now. Because we'd have to do all that over again. Sweet. It's been a while since I did that. Moving on. Let's go ahead. that's not good. It's fine. That's what I wanted him to do. All right, we're in the clear. Gets the eyeballs in there now. Cool. All right, one more little mini boss, then we're on to Yuga Ganon. They do add another layer of the music. After this boss, too. Okay. All right, on to the final boss. Not a bad Trials. This is kind of awkward, the final one. But now we got the choir. They've added the brass. So enjoy the choir for like 10 seconds here. All right, we get to fill up on hearts right here, which is kind of nice. And here we go, Yuga Ganon time. There's basically 2 phases here, kind of 3. Once Yuga starts flashing, then there's like a little different attacks that he does. Yeah, that's the big attack. All right, so we're halfway through there. Now instead of doing the big attack, Yuga has the option of doing an attack where we can kind of just go nuts and get like 8 hits in. This there we go. All right. Now we got the tennis phase here. Because, you know, we don't even have our final item yet. Little does Yuga know that I was in tennis in high school. Yo, and Zelda's finally talking to us through this picture. And we had just enough rupees to rent the light arrows from her. Got him. And oh, we have to get him a few more times. So now we have to avoid these butterflies. Or we can just hide in a wall. I guess that's cool. okay. I had to quit tennis. It was either that or piano. Yuka. There we go. Just enough stamina. Got him. All right, Yuga Ganon is dead. That was his final form. Yeah, so time is actually when we get the when we touch the Triforce, which is coming up pretty soon. Just have to get through a little more cutscenage.
Hey.
So basically, Hilda was only doing that because her they got rid of their own Triforce, so they were trying to steal our Triforce so that maybe their kingdom could be restored to its former glory. Of course, upon touching the Triforce, we can make a wish. And there's only one wish that both Zelda and Link can think would be great. All right, and time. Yo. Thanks, everybody. That was super fun. Big thanks to Midwest Speed Fest for taking a chance on me, even though I had been basically running this game for like a month-ish when I first applied. I've gotten better at it in the time, and it's been awesome. But I'm just really excited that I got to meet some speedrunners from the Midwest, and that we are getting to raise money for charity at the same time. Yeah. My name is purplemario920. I, for the most part, do Dragon Quest speedruns. But A Link Between Worlds is a special game to me, and I'm glad that I'm speedrunning it again. So yeah, thanks you all.